The fastest growing industry in America right now isn't AI. It's not tech, it's healthcare. It's the largest and fastest growing industry. And just as a statement of economic fact, the best thing for that industry is a child getting sick.
While many people think of AI or technology as the fastest growing sectors in the US, the truth is far more alarming. As Callie highlights, it's healthcare. The healthcare industry has become the largest and fastest growing sector in America, not because of groundbreaking cures or innovations, but because of the rising tide of chronic illness and disease. From diabetes to heart disease, the explosion of preventable conditions has turned healthcare into a booming business. But here's the harsh economic reality. The system isn't designed to prevent illness, it profits from it. The healthcare industry thrives on chronic diseases, where patients require lifelong medications and treatments. The sicker people become, the more profitable it is. From pharmaceutical companies selling expensive drugs to hospitals benefiting from repeated treatments, every stage of a patient's journey through illness is an opportunity for profit. As Callie suggests, this isn't just about adults, it's about our children too. With childhood obesity, diabetes, and other conditions on the rise, the healthcare system is essentially setting up a new generation of lifelong patients. It's a system that benefits from kids getting sick early, ensuring a steady stream of revenue from treatment, not prevention. This chilling reality reveals a deeper truth. The best economic outcome for the healthcare industry is not a healthy population, but one that remains perpetually unwell. Let's get back to Callie as he exposes how this cycle of sickness and profit operates at the expense of our health.
When a child gets sick or any American gets sick with a chronic condition, with diabetes, obesity, kidney disease, heart disease, whatever, they go on a lifetime medication. They go on the metformin, they go on the statin, they have lifetime treatments. And they keep racking up more comorbidities. If you're diabetic, you have an average of 4 other comorbidities. So you keep racking up, but you don't die, you just suffer. You inevitably get infertility, depression. You start racking them up. So that's very good for the medical system to have these chronic conditions that need to be managed. Just from a pure economic standpoint, that's how the system's set up. That's all happening largely because of our food system and other metabolic habits we can talk about, but largely because of our rise of ultra-processed food that's really hacking our cells and really hijacking our cells.
As Callie highlights, the healthcare system's silence on the root causes of our growing health crisis is not just negligence, it's complicity. Research shows that major health organizations, including the American Diabetes Association and the American Heart Association, receive significant funding from food and pharmaceutical companies whose products contribute to the very diseases these organizations are supposed to fight. This financial influence shapes everything from dietary guidelines to public health messages, creating a conflict of interest that puts profits ahead of public health. For instance, Coca-Cola and other sugary beverage companies have been known to funnel money into research that downplays the link between sugar consumption and obesity. Studies funded by these companies often contradict independent research findings, casting doubt on the true impact of their products. Similarly, the pharmaceutical industry spends billions on lobbying efforts and contributions to health organizations, ensuring that the narrative remains focused on treatment rather than prevention. Callie's observations are backed by a growing body of evidence, showing that these industries have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. The financial entanglements between food companies, pharmaceutical giants, and health organizations create a system where public trust is routinely compromised. This isn't just speculation. It's documented in financial disclosures and research publications. These partnerships have real consequences. Dietary guidelines that emphasize processed foods and overlook the harms of sugar are a direct result of industry influence, contributing to the rise in chronic diseases that keep the healthcare system profitable. As Callie suggests, this isn't just a failure of the system, it's a deliberate design that puts corporate profits above public health. Let's hear more from Callie as he uncovers the depths of this troubling alliance.
The criminal part, the devil's bargain, is that the healthcare system, you'd expect to be speaking out about why we're getting so sick, but they're not only silent on the reasons, they're not only trained Casey the first day of Stanford Med School that we're basically taking it as a given that people are lazy and going to get sick, we're just going to profit from treating them. They're silent on that. They're actually complicit. Working for Coke, I helped steer money to the American...
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, working for Coca-Cola. They actually pay money to the American Diabetes Association. They actually pay money to the American Academy of Pediatrics. If there's one thing the American Diabetes Association, which sets the standard of care for diabetes management, should be doing, they should be saying, we're not going to accept money from Coke, which is diabetes water. They accept money from Coke.
Callie Means, along with his sister Casey Means, a respected doctor, have come together to expose the disturbing connections between Big Pharma, the food industry, and our healthcare system. Their combined experiences, Callie as a former insider and Casey as a medical professional, bring a unique perspective to this critical issue. They've dedicated themselves to unraveling these hidden truths, sharing their insights on platforms like Tucker Carlson's podcast, which I highly recommend watching. In a world full of misinformation and conflicting narratives, it's more important than ever to seek the truth. Callie and Casey's revelations are eye-opening, challenging the systems that many of us trust without question. But if listening to the podcast episode isn't enough, their book dives even deeper into the facts and stories that they have uncovered. It's a must-read for anyone who wants to understand how these industries influence our health and what we can do to fight back. Grab a copy and start studying. It might just change the way you see the world around you.